The twin sisters had looked exactly the same since childhood. When the younger sister got a scar on her face, the older sister used a knife to cut the same scar on her own cheek. Even their mother often couldn't tell them apart. She had to rely on their bracelets to know who was who. As they grew up, they discovered that if they swapped clothes and hairstyles, no one could tell them apart. So they began switching places, going to each other's schools, living each other's lives, even dating each other's boyfriends. But one day, the younger sister realized she longed to live her own life. That day, she met a man who had just moved into town. The two quickly fell in love. One night, they snuck off to a church to secretly pledge their love. But suddenly, a fire broke out. They managed to escape, but a homeless man upstairs died in the blaze. After that night, the man disappeared. Years later, the older sister got married and lived a happy life. The younger sister left town and moved to Los Angeles. But in her heart, she still lived in her sister's shadow. Then she met a therapist. With his encouragement, she wrote a novel based on their story. It became a huge success, and she and the therapist fell in love. Things started going well for both sisters. They even got pregnant the same year. But the happiness didn't last long. The younger sister had a miscarriage, and the older sister fell into postpartum depression. One day, while walking in the woods, the older sister suggested they switch lives like they used to as kids. The younger one could enjoy being a mother, and she could get a break from her depression. So they made a deal. They would swap lives every year on their birthday. At first, everything seemed fine. But slowly, problems began to show. The older sister became more controlling. One day, without asking, she decided to include the miscarriage in a book she planned to publish. That's when the younger sister realized her life was being stolen. She had to get out. Then, she met the man she had lost contact with years ago. She told him the truth about the identity swapping, and he finally told her why he disappeared. It turned out the older sister had told him that leaving town was the only way to protect the younger one from being investigated. So he left and took the blame. Their breakup, all because of the older sister's jealousy. The younger sister began to wonder, could the church fire have been her sister's doing too? She investigated the fire scene. Among the evidence, they found broken pieces of a bracelet. It was the older sister's. She had set the fire,